I want to start with the hometown, the citizens of Montrose, Colorado.
So I thought this was a really neat story because this is this town that decided to get together and welcome veterans home. So they got together with all their local businesses and they're creating
Dream jobs.
Dream jobs, apprenticeships type things, training them. They have widows that go around and provide baked goods, basically any services that these guys would need to give them a place to come back to after war.
Free home, free housing for a while.
Yeah.
While you come in and you get an apprenticeship in the town. So you can apprenticeship wherever it is you want, plus there's free housing. I would build that right here at these villas at studios.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Well, the cool thing is other towns are trying to now adopt this model from this Colorado town. So I think it's a great story, especially in light of all that's going on. Don't depend on government. These are the people
I think these guys are great.
That are doing it themselves.
All right, let's take a quick vote. Who here is seriously disturbed by what Bergdahls' dad did in the press conference? And how many just think it was weird?
I'm disturbed.
Seriously disturbed.
Seriously disturbed.
The use of...
Okay, so he uses in what is it, Pashto? Pashto. He uses in Pashto a phrase that is said to lay claim on something.
I'd like to say to Bowe right now, who's having trouble speaking English, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Zayabayem. I'm your father, Bowe. The people of Afghanistan, the same.
So by him throwing that in, it is, they say, laying claim to the White House, that he said, I claim this for Islam.
Yeah, what's her face? The former CIA.
Claire Lopez.
Claire Lopez is saying that.
That's a pretty significant.
Especially because he tried to make it look, Glenn, like he was doing it just because his son had supposedly forgotten English. But clearly when you look at the context of this guy and what he's been doing with his tweets and tweeting at the, Taliban leader and all this stuff, clearly this guy has more than just, oh, I want to make sure my son understands what I'm saying. Like, clearly there's more at play here. So there's a level of dishonesty there.
Let's approach this another way. Forget about what Claire said and say, all right, that's not right, because we don't know. That's her opinion and we don't know. So let's just say that that's not right. Are you bothered by what he said at all?
Well, I'm totally bothered by it, and I'm bothered by the fact that he said he wanted all the prisoners out of Gitmo, and bothered that he has denounced the United States, and I mean the whole thing. Just where do you begin?
Yeah.
What is the mood in Washington, Joel? What is happening there?
I think there's just widespread sort of disbelief as to what's happened. I think when you have Dianne Feinstein coming out saying what he did is wrong, when you have military leaders who are not part of the administration saying he has totally circumvented his authority and really put the military at risk, I mean, there's an uproar. This may be the worst thing he has done to date.
Here's the thing. What do we always say at Fox? When they do something, watch the other hand. What's been happening this week besides this? There's a new unity government with Hamas.
With the West Bank and Gaza.
Okay, West Bank and Gaza, they have a new unity government. They include Hamas, a terrorist organization. What does the United States do?
Our State Department comes out and basically says, congratulations, we will work with this government, even after Israel said we denounce it, do not work with them.
So, what is their advantage? They get the VA off of the front page. They don't care what takes that off the front page, just take it off the front page. B, they put Congress in their place and say, I don't really care what you say, Congress. We're doing it anyway. On top of that, you have this, where we betrayed Israel. And we are literally we are negotiating with terrorists.
The only thing I'll say about your theory, and I think that's always been their pattern, but you have mainstream media organizations yesterday using the word impeachment, that this potentially is an impeachable offense. To risk an impeachment, that's pretty
No,
serious.
I'm not saying that they did. I'm not saying that they knew how bad it was going to be. I mean, look, these guys have never even been slapped across the hand. Nobody's ever said anything like, okay, well, you're not as great today as you were yesterday. I mean, that's the way the press has been handling these guys. So they're so unpegged from, they're invincible. They do whatever they want. They're the ultimate spoiled child who has never, ever been disciplined.
And there's the video now of the actual transfer, which, they say we don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, here we are shaking hands with the Taliban. I'm sure it's all part of the deal, and you can make arguments about whether it was right and what the trade, but let's not pretend we didn't negotiate to get this guy released from the Taliban directives.
I love that last frame, right before they close that helicopter door, of him looking at his Taliban friend. Him looking at his captor and smiling. You're with the U.S. military. You're looking at them going, hey, see ya, we'll see you later. What?
They said, didn't the Taliban guys on the tape say, yeah, that was weird. I mean, we didn't even get a good chance to say goodbye. The Taliban is saying this?
Is that true?
They were in such a hurry that they didn't even let us shake hands with Bergdahl to say goodbye. It was very strange.
That's not even funny. It's not even funny.
I mean, the way they kind of put it in context is it was sort of maybe it was a mocking thing where they're like, oh, they didn't even let us shake hands with them. I mean, it could have been that. But it's a very strange end to a hostage video.
You know those Taliban guys, they mock.
I don't know if I'm going to give the Taliban, the guys who live in the cave,
Sarcasm,
points for sarcasm and a good sense of American sarcasm.
No way.
It's interesting, the 5 guys that were released, the Taliban has requested since 2009, the same 5 guys. And each time it was discussed internally, the military, everybody, including Clapper, as we know, came out and just said absolutely, positively not, ever.
I want the video of the president standing in front of the wall telling everybody, Republicans are crazy. They're trying to say we didn't finish this wall. Remember?
Yes.
Then they wanted a fence. Well, the fence is now basically complete.
That wall's done. That's 95% done. We've never been safer. There's never a problem here. And now there's a humanitarian crisis because so many children, not pole vaulters, not expert rock climbers, children coming over our border. They're flooding over our border in never before seen numbers.
60,000.
Yeah, they've got these like makeshift orphanage type places for them.
It's children. So I don't know. Maybe they have on the other side, they've built this giant like slingshot thing
Trampoline.
where they take the children and they pull them back and they shoot them over that fence that we built because it's never been safer. That's done. It's 95% done. The only place it's not done is where it's so mountainous, there's no way you're going to get across that border. But everything else is done. But children? 60,000 children? We're going to talk on radio today, and I just want to throw this in. We're going to spend some time on radio, but I think this is really a fascinating thing. Maleficent. Have you seen that yet? Do you know what the story is?
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Maleficent, right?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
No, he's not gonna be able to do
I
that.
can't say it.
So the F is first.
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yeah.
Okay.
The witch.
So, Maleficent, she is this witch, the bad one, right?
Yeah, it's Sleeping Beauty.
Right. Except in this movie, she's the good one, and the king is bad. And woe unto them that make good evil and evil good. I mean, I know this is a stupid fairy tale, and it's a movie, but look at our society. We are flipping even our fictitious characters. We're flipping the bad guys to be good and the good guys to be bad.
Do you think it's more about like war on women, female empowerment coming off the success of Frozen? That they want the women to take all the power?
I don't know. I love the Studio C did a bit we have to show on Star Wars. And in the Star Wars, you know, because J.J. Abrams is now doing it for Disney. And so it's this whole bit about how they don't really think that Disney is the one to really keep the credibility. Princess Leia comes out and she's dressed like Belle, and she's like, I'm a happy, whole, and strong woman who might be a princess, and I'm happy to have men come and rescue me. And then he says, yes, take my weapon. And he looks down at the script, they're in rehearsal, he looks down at the script, and he's like, take my weapon, but ask an adult if you can use it first. I mean, it's Disney.
Take my weapon, ask an adult if you can use it, and if they give you permission, make sure there is adequate space before you swing. I hate myself for this.
Unhand her, evil emperor.
I knew you'd come, Orlando Calrissian.
You're too late. Wait, did you say Orlando?
Of course, and I'm taking you to my home planet, Epcot.
Our Father in heaven, we're grateful to be here today. We're grateful for the opportunity to be able to work with friends. We're grateful for the opportunity to have a larger voice or participate in an organization that has a larger voice than many across the world. We ask Thee to remember that responsibility. Please bless us, bless those who may not understand the message, who may disagree with the message. We ask Thee for an increase in tolerance on both sides. We ask Thee, Father, for an increased spirit of peace, and we ask Thee for inspiration and guidance. And we do these things in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. From Dallas, good night, America.